although List Hub is showing inventory on their site, spoke with List Hub, they said that there was a KW issue, so I put it in here, and it was submitted on the 21st. It was actually before the 21st that I submitted it. But right now, I told Zach, I asked him today, I said, can I get with you to find out what's going on with this stuff? And he goes, I know that they're not currently, they're not currently updating him on a regular basis, once a week. So it has been, this is the NorCal Hawaii's hot list.
Okay.
So
It's been 6 days, okay.
yeah.
I have a regular support ticket that I put in way
So-
before that.
Yeah, the support, so these are only escalation issues where it could be super critical, right? So we deem this as super critical because agents aren't seeing their listings.
Yeah.
And we can't, yeah, so.
How about the issue with Connect? How about agents not showing up on the map or?
That would be,
Going up-
I
that's
think
part of
it'll be part of that. It'll be fixed with that.
Ooh. Is that a broken chair?
No way. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get that. Grab another one.
Oh.
And then just leave that in the, on the corner.
Let's play musical chairs.
Snizaro, who's that?
Okay, let's see here.
Snazaro,
I-
I'm Mary.
Come on.
Remind me, would you mind taking back a t-shirt for Randy and a couple of medal for Jessica and Adam and
There's no
Lindsay?
way I can do that, I'm sorry.
Good answer. Make
Oh,
it-
yeah?
Get it.
Mail it.
Mail it to the red store and let them get it in 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And Todd wants to know where his December or his January certificate is.
Natasha?
You want another chair? We bought another that's comfortable.
Oh, no, that's okay.
I'll look in the mailbox.
Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Hi.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Yeah.
Were you able to get in?
No. That didn't work.
All right. Go ahead
You
and say
didn't-
forgot
you
password.
didn't
Okay.
let me know what that was you were.
And then that'll send it to
expected
whatever
share.
email you set up with, right?
So you used the name and password that was on the Scott Leroy
Oh.
email
Mm,
arrow.
I don't know,
Oh,
So is
that
command
one?
an
I
app?
don't know what it
Didn't work
was.
though. That's the same one I used.
I don't know where your notes were. Was it something you saved on your
Let me
computer
double
that I can
check.
send to you?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Reset. Okay, reset.
Was it notes in your
Alright.
calendar maybe?
Just make sure you write it down.
Yep. Okay, so.
What is the app called
Which app?
on like iPhone?
The iPhone app?
Mhm.
It's just a KW app.
Okay, there
KW.
you go.
Yeah.
So let me
Oh,
save that.
shucks, I didn't get it.
So,
Yep.
It's a white one with a
Okay.
red.
Yeah, let me just.
KW.
I just showed it to her.
grab-
Okay.
I have this.
No, here, okay.
Should be, this is the new
That's right,
updated version.
yep. Uh-huh. Yay.
So if it
Okay,
didn't
I'm gonna save
update, she
myself
can just
and-
wait until it
oh,
updates, right?
Okay,
It'll-
I will. Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry.
If it didn't update, she can just wait. It's supposed to just automatically update.
I'll do that.
itself.
It will automatically update
Oh,
if
no.
you're
Carry
already
on without
with
me.
somebody.
Well,
But
maybe
I
you
guess
should have been over here.
Yeah, that's
We'll
what
go,
I figured.
well, I think that was Lisa. Oh, there you go. There's Lisa.
So
Hey,
this is
Lisa.
what I have. Let's see if,
So.
Here, just sit over here.
Go back
Sit
to
right here.
Let me see where you're at.
Oh.
I'm good, I'm back.
Okay.
So, in access, so we want
Sit there.
agent.
okay.
Go back. Agent, there it is.
Okay.
But it's okay, I have to get out, she's got room to get
Right,
out.
yeah, so.
It should be okay now, she's gonna be in a meeting.
So it's gonna be okay if I just did the update manually just.
And I'll work
okay.
with you afterwards and I'll show you where to set it up. Do you guys wanna go over that real quick on how we set up the KW app? Because that might be,
Yeah.
might be a good idea, right? Everybody, a lot of people heard that it was out and they went and downloaded it. From,
Because there was that email that went out.
Right.
From
Yeah.
KW, not from us.
yeah, and it goes to the Apple Store and you download the app. It's not branded to you, it's the app, you're downloading it, right? That's-
Okay, yep,
yeah.
yep.
So you gotta brand it to yourself. Well, for KW, what we did, all of us, the collective we, this used to be called Sites in Command, now it's called Consumer. We'll start from the bottom and work our way up. Inside of Consumer, you go here to Site and App Settings. Trying to click slow so you guys can follow. And then right here on Site and App Settings, it says here, learn more with Kelly Guides. So I already put in a ticket to Keller Williams saying it would be really nice to have a page dedicated to all the Kelly Guides so we could help agents get their stuff started, right? Rather than this Easter egg hunt that we're going on trying to find these guides. So anyways, this is the way it is right now. Learn more with Kelly Guides. It says, okay, do you wanna have an agent site Kelly Guide, or do you want your consumer app? I should say consumer app settings, right? So we say consumer settings and say continue. It's gonna take us away from this page, that's fine. Takes us to this Kelly Guide. So in here, you'll get started, and it looks up here, you've got education, consumer settings, guide builder, this is where everybody gets hung. Smart plan, and what's next. So we'll go over those as we get into them. But start on the first one, education. This is where you can learn more about this stuff. These are videos and that, but I would just click next here and you can come back to the videos and I'll show you where to find them. So app download, your consumer settings. Probably, you want to set up 3 different profiles in Command. Your marketing profile, which is your Connect profile, right? Your overall web profile, so that'll set up your website. And then there is the, I call it the Connect profile. So Connect there's 3. I will go over where they are. But that kind of gets all the marketing pieces all set up for you. Or at least as set up as they can. So this little green button right here at App Download, you can click on it and it'll show you what your app URL is. So if we go back, because I know some of you were writing, here, we'll go down, we'll go next. App Download, it's not super intuitive, but that little green arrow is a hyperlink. You want to click on it, and then here, you can put in your own next level nationwide home search, Lucky with Mau, you can brand, you can say whatever you want there, right? You have
In
limited.
what is called hero text.
Hero
So
text.
that's you're naming the search.
Yeah, and
You're naming-
I'm assuming, because it's not showing me here, but this is normally hero text on the hero. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
This you can copy out. What I like to do with this is go back over into Command, and I wish everybody would kind of get into it. Whoops, I'm getting rid of that. Copy it out, we'll come back to it. There's a place inside of the home screen of Command that keeps notes. So if you look, scroll down a little bit on yours. Keep going. Right there, notes. You can type anything you want in there. So what I always do is I copy out that text, go over to Command, put that link in there so that I know that's the link that I want to send out to people.
Gotcha.
It's in a safe place. It's always there when you log in. So when it gets people logging into Command, I don't know what my app tech, oh, I do know, it's in Command. Let me go to Command.
Instead of doing all of it.
Instead of saving it in some random spreadsheet somewhere that you might lose.
So where
It's
did you
always-
save it? So it's copied to the
So,
clipboard and then we're.
I'm gonna open up another window here and I'll log into Command again so that. That's not the right one. So here, I've copied it right up in here.
You said thoughts and
So now mine's gonna be a little bit different than yours, and
What tab are you on? What on the
I'm on
left?
the home
On the home
tab.
tab,
Yeah.
okay, home tab. I have
Yes.
new in designs and stuff, so where
Yes.
would I paste?
So this screen, new in designs, did you copy that?
I copied my app
Code?
URL.
So scroll down, I've adjusted mine a little bit.
Type what's in your mind, type in what's in
Yeah,
your mind?
yeah.
Awesome. Alright, so you use this like a notepad?
I use that as a notepad, that's mine,
Mhm.
it's always
Mhm.
there,
Mhm.
yeah.
Cool.
So
Right,
for
let
me,
the
I
templates
put my
see
CGI goals, I put my 411, and I'll
So
put
are you
my
saying
goals
you
on.
actually have to send them that link?
No,
Okay.
I just wanna know what it is in case
Get the
somebody needs a
TY.
quick send,
Okay.
I can send it to them. So
And
when
the
I
what?
click
And
on,
the TY at the beginning.
Thank you for catching that. See, you would've totally messed up.
How do I get there again?
Did you
Alright,
just
so I'll
say-
click on consumer.
click on the red KW at the top, and that'll bring out all those things, so you don't have to remember what the hieroglyphs are, the top one, home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
It's
get.
kinda what it is, right? It's like, what do those things mean?
So I'll go to consumer though, yeah?
Scroll down,
Uh-huh.
and that's your note field,
Yeah, but
right?
how do I get to that part where you can get the URL?
So here you would go to, how did I get there again?
Consumer, right? And then
We
Kelly-
went to
Guides.
consumer,
Kelly
yeah.
Guides.
Consumer site and app setting.
That little icon here says consumer.
Dean Truesdale's on the.
It'll
right
take a
feed.
second to
I'm
load,
sorry?
that's fine.
Dean
It's probably our
Truesdale.
internet here.
Okay. I don't see that Kelly guide.
It'll come. So site and app settings,
Okay.
and then learn
Oh,
more.
that
about
one.
this. Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
another
then it's
layer.
gonna, say, do you want site or do you want app?
You know, consumer.
Consumer.
Okay.
So now, if, under the hero text, should I just type something and see where it shows up?
Sure.
And this is like the landing page for
This
the
would
app when
be,
it sends?
kind of when you send something out to somebody, it's gonna be, work with me, or
Okay.
whatever verbiage you want.
Welcome
Get
to my
started.
app.
Welcome,
Well-
yeah, my wish is your command, how about that?
Okay, and then upload.
Those are really pretty.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's nothing here. I can just type in whatever I
You
want.
can type whatever you want in,
This is what I want right there.
yeah, and then you wanna go back out and put it in that.
That's
So
fun.
fancy.
See, so it wants to take you through the guide now, so we'll finish up with the guide as long as you've got it copied to your phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I do is I open up multiple tabs up here, and then I'll switch back and forth
Oh,
from my
I see.
dashboard to that.
Gotcha. Okay. That's a trick, okay.
What is the app text code?
App text code, they have bugs with this right now, but you're supposed to put in Texas code 2, so this is the phone number that it's going to basically, right? The number it's going to, and then you put in you see that at the very end there?
Uh-huh, I see.
For people after November 1st, it becomes their KUID. People before November 1st, that are all the older agents, use this, right?
If you're talking to an agent that's wondering where to get it, it's in their Scott Lorraine.
Their KWUID, and this now is
No.
gonna
No,
be
they're,
their,
they're linked.
Their app code. There's a app code.
okay. What is it used for? I don't understand
Oh,
what it's used
okay,
for.
well, let me go back over here, and I copied this out, right, and I put it over here, and that's the one that says app.kw.com.
Right,
So this one, right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
click on that, and it's gonna take me to a page that says curious about real estate. This is my branded app. So it's a link that sends them to your branded app. I can put in a phone number here, and it'll text me a link to my phone. That means it's attaching your phone now to that app. If they'll download the app, you'll be connected here. If they're a contact in your command database, you will see a little checkbox that says they're connected to you, and when they're online looking, that circle will go solid green.
Okay.
So you'll be able to see when they're online and looking at stuff.
okay, so I just opened up a new tab, put my URL in there.
Yeah.
The same thing came up.
Does it have your little face down here?
It does,
What do you know?
wow.
You actually,
Basically.com download. and
So
then
now
click-
I-
So the phone number is your phone number or the person who you're trying to send it to?
this would be so this, if you think about this as the consumer app, this is gonna be the consumer's view of this. So this will be their phone, you're sending them a text, they're putting their phone number in, it's kinda like a confirmation of send. They'll get a text back saying, download my app.
Mhm.
It's a kind of a two-part.
So they are putting their number in
Yes.
here?
Yeah.
And then they get a different thing that says
Right.
download my app?
So if we play the scenario out, I meet you at an open house, I say, hey, can I send you my app? I send you my app, you come to this page,
So you
You
don't
put in
send
your-
the app, you actually send that
Gotcha.
link
you send the link.
via text or
That is
something?
That's the link.
That is the link, right?
Okay. Okay.
So if I went back into the command dashboard, that was the link that we copied out.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do
But
I
like
do
on
that?
the old one, you could share it
Right from the phone.
from the
yeah.
phone.
Once it's on your phone, you can. But remember, this is the consumer-facing app. This is what your consumers are supposed to use, not what the agent is supposed to use. We'll be using it to push out on the back end, but this is for the consumer. So the consumer can share that app, and when they share the app, it says, hey, I'm looking for real estate with Robert Eichenberry. Would you like to download his app? So I've gotten questions about that from agents saying, it thinks I'm the consumer. Yeah, because it's the consumer app. So if you're gonna share the link, that would be your link to share. And there are some smart plans and emails set up.
So what's the point
So
of
we share it,
me
though, through-
downloading it onto my phone?
What's the point? Well,
I
you might wanna use it so that if somebody has a question, you can answer questions. How do you circle, how do you draw? How do
So
you
to play with it
save
yourself.
I
neighborhoods?
mean,
in other
me,
words.
the agent.
You have to be versed in the tools you're handing out to people.
Okay.
So,
You can't just say, well, I gave you the app, you figure it out.
No, but
Yeah.
I mean,
so I'm.
So you'd have to have, you need hands-on experience. This is brand new app, so you'll need to see how it operates.
I mean,
So I see how you share it through command because
Yeah,
you.
that's
But
what I
how
mean.
do I just do? And it was much to me. It was much easier when we opened our app last time. Share, type in the number, boom, it's all right there. I'm confused now as to how do I share this if I'm like on a one-on-one basis.
and open house.
I understand how to do it through command, but I'm at an open house. How do
It's
I?
the Kelly Mobile.
How do you share it?
Yeah.
Put in their phone number, go.
So
are
I
you
go
on the-
text
are you
like
in-
I'm texting
Are you
them.
in the, are you in the app? Do you have the app downloaded?
I have the app downloaded,
Click
the
on the app.
consumer app
Yeah.
downloaded, yeah.
In the lower corner, you'll see your name in the lower corner, right?
I'm gonna log in.
Trying to get to the App Store. No, there it is.
Now I gotta remember.
KW.
So
So
when
I would send yourself that link. Can you
Okay.
send, okay.
Yeah, I did already.
Yeah.
sorry.
And then
It's right here.
I would open that up on your phone.
I'm just
So-
trying to figure out if I can do it from here as well.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay, no, it's not that.
That's it.
It's,
Let's see. And there's a share function from within, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
So if you click on your name in the lower right-hand corner of the phone, so here's my app.
mhm.
Here's my password.
Christopher
I
Doug's on
saw
the
that.
line.
No,
Cheryl.
just kidding.
Christopher Doug or Doug Christopher. I don't know if you wanna take a call. He said you left a message.
I did, yeah. Could I call him back? Would you
Yeah.
mind? On our break if we have to.
So there's your app, right? You
Okay.
click on your name down here, and you say share the KW app.
I forget if I-
Okay.
Open.
And that'll share to, let's say I wanna share it to whomever, I wanna send it in text. But here it says, I use the KW app to search for homes with my realtor, Robert
Right, you,
Eichenberry.
and I am the realtor, so you're gonna
Uh-uh.
override that?
This is the consumer facing.
Right, but I wanna
You
share it
can,
with
you
somebody.
can text what, you can take
Yeah.
whatever you want out of there. This is
Right.
for the consumer to share with their friends. So
But this is also how the agent shares it.
correct, so you would just change
Okay.
that.
Okay, I just having trouble
Just,
getting
you
it.
can take all that verbiage out and just send them the link,
Right,
so.
How'd you get there again? I'm sorry, how was
That's
it?
all right, that's all right. Clear here,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna go back to the search, you're in the search, that's
Mhm.
kinda how it opens up. You go down to your you,
Okay.
and then share
Sure.
your app.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
And then
I
to
forgot
sign
how
up
I
for this
signed
thing,
in.
do I use the login that I have for command or?
I would, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
But it's like not automatically tied in, right?
Here's what happened with a lot of people that got the link. They went to the App Store and downloaded the app, they didn't complete the Kelly Guide. So now we're at a weird little place where they really should complete their Kelly Guide. The app isn't kind of a standalone thing. You really want it in your command, you wanna use command to send it out.
So this is so frustrating. Why didn't the first email say that?
I
Hello?
totally sent everybody off in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
It was, I can't believe they did
Well,
that
They,
bad.
what
I'm
they,
sorry
what
to
they,
be
yeah,
frustrated
no,
at you
I
because it's
think
not you.
what they did was they put a link to the app and everybody disregarded all of the text and didn't read a darn thing on the page and went to get the app, because that's the money spot, right? Click on the button, get the app.
Right.
They didn't brand it to themselves, they just got the app. Just got the app.
What was that? Agents don't read my
No, it's, you gotta put it in 3
RDR.
bullet points at the top or nobody goes past.
That's RDR.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
So we'll go back over to the Kelly guide and we'll keep walking through it. That's the link that you'll wanna share, right? So that's the second part. Save and continue.
Forgot my password.
You'll see it, we've only got 2 more steps in here, so pretty
Yeah,
easy,
okay.
right? So the guide builder, a couple weeks ago, well, actually 3 weeks ago, before family reunion, they released 2 designs. The seller's guide and the buying guide, inside of designs in Command. These buying guides and these seller guides match page for page the guides that you could print out and hand to somebody. So we're gonna say set up. There's 3 parts here, so you click on the first one, set up, and select the type of guide that you wanna do. You're gonna have to do a buyer and a seller to get this to go, right? And I'll show you what that looks like on the phone. Buyer's guide. And then scroll down, click next. Congratulations, right here, see where my name is right here, Robert?
Mhm.
If you take the default, it's gonna say Paul. So if your name is Christy, you probably don't wanna be called Paul. You might wanna read some of this, just a little bit, right?
Unless your middle name's Paul.
Unless your middle name's Paul, right? Yeah. So, and that's the only place that I know of, on the buyer guide and the seller guide, that introduction should have your name in there, right?
Okay.
So we go next, and these are the different things that are inside of the app. Oh, get out of there. I don't want to listen to that. Search guide. So I've got a buyer guide and a selling guide.
Interesting.
So they can actually go through and click on start your search, and it's like, okay, there's a whole bunch of text in here that is editable in this guide that you can edit. If you decide that you want to have them get pre-approved before they start their search, you can move the panel, right?
Nice.
But remember, if you move the panel, you might want to go over to the buyer guide and seller guide that you have in Command and move that around too, so that they don't get confused. Well, this one says start your search and this one says get approved.
So I know you can adjust the text, but can you also, adjust the images?
Yes, so start your search, we'll look at that one. Start your search here, you can
Okay.
get rid of that one and just put in a new image. So you might want beachy shots or
Yeah.
something like that, but I would get the guides there first, and then you can always go back in and rerun the guide. It'll save your stuff, you don't start over from scratch. And then you can go through and edit more and more. So we'll say the buyer guide is done. Go next, and I've got the buyer guide set up. I'm gonna add a guide. I'll come down and do seller guide. I'll say next. Again, right here it said Paul. You wanted to say Robert or whoever. You can say Robert if you want. You can put my last name in there, my phone number too. Yeah. So next, and
Are there any
same
rules
thing
about what they
applies.
can and can't put in there? Can they
No,
put their,
you can add a step right here, yeah.
okay.
So you could add, just again to reiterate, this matches the printouts. So if you're planning on using the printouts, if you're worried about that, then they have to tick and tie, in my mind. This will show you that you've got these 2 set up. It'll give you a presentation of those top ones where you change your name from Paul to X.
Shouldn't it be like I will provide?
You can have whatever you want. You can have whatever you want.
So there's just those 2 guides right
Those-
now, buyer and seller.
Buyer and seller, yeah. Those are the 2 main things in our business, right? Buying guide, selling guide.
Good question.
So
Yeah.
you might wanna put
Can you
your
have
full
an
name and
admin
phone
account where you
number,
can change all
because
these things and share it with
you're
your agents in office?
sending it
So
to
that
your
way you
client
customize
Sally, and
images,
there's
customize
You're thinking
Sally
about
with
a
their
team
sister
setting?
and their
Yeah.
That's
husband.
team setting.
What I would
And they might
probably
not
do
know
with the
who
team setting is I
I
would
am,
bring the team
right?
in and
Yeah,
say,
well, I'm
let's get on the same
assuming that I'm
page.
sending
Gotcha.
this, so these guides, we're sending this to our
We're
potential
attached,
buyer.
right
or-
now, what this is doing is this is setting up our app.
Okay, this
So
is
that we have
system,
that when we
okay.
share our app out.
Yeah.
The idea is that agents or consumers don't want agents in their face all the time. What they want is on-demand information.
Right.
So this is an attempt to give them all the information they need, and then when they need to reach out, this creates what we call emotional proximity.
Mm-hmm.
And if a life event happens, oh, I have that KW app, who is, oh, that's Robert, we have an easy button on the phone. So that's kind of the idea. That's most of the idea.
Point.
So if you were to send this, then all of the information that the consumer is doing would go directly to you.
In command, in my contact, I get alerted, I get a Kelly notification, says, hey, Paul's looking at properties in Kona.
Oh, okay.
You might wanna take a look at him, he just looked at this listing.
So when the
Cool,
Kelly
okay.
mobile goes
Command
live,
mobile,
or
yes.
command mobile,
That'll
then we'll
be
be able
more-
to do it,
We're
all
not-
of this stuff on your phone as well.
Yeah, it seems
through the app.
backwards, the rollout, but they
Mhm.
they wanted to get the app out there first, and then the ability to do more with it will follow. If they did both at the same time, oh my god, we'd be going crazy, right?
Can we take a look at that later on in command?
I wish I could, it has not been released yet.
Ah.
It's in labs
in
right
works.
now, and we've asked to have it released to tech ambassadors so we can have a look at it
Mhm.
before people start really asking questions, cause Kelly is what Command Mobile will be turned into. Kelly's kind of reached her terrible twos, and she's kind of at the top of her, she hit a ceiling. So, but they're gonna upgrade the back end platform to Kelly and call it Command Mobile.
Okay.
So it will take on a new life. And Kelly, the AI feature will get moved a little bit farther back, and it'll be more of an agent console into Command.
Is this based off of a Smarter Agent platform?
Smarter Agent runs KWLS listing service 2.0. So it,
Okay.
when you put something in MLS, it goes to ListHub.
Uh-huh.
When it's in ListHub, third-party aggregators, except for Zillow, they have their own little
Mhm.
thing with the MLS. They're an aggregator, they grab it and do whatever they want. There's Realtor.com and all the other aggregators.
Mhm.
Smarter Agent is one of those aggregators.
Okay.
So when you look inside of listings in Command, it looks at KWLS, what we call 2.0. When you go to mykw.kw.com and you go down to do the green sheet, and just above that says Keller Williams Listing Service, that is Keller Williams 1.0, which uses ListHub as a service to feed that stuff into Command.
I guess my
So-
question is that, so if a consumer goes to kw.com, they create a profile, they see properties there, will that transfer over to the mobile device?
KW.com, so there's a hierarchy of different, KW.com looks at corporate.
Okay.
Then there's KW.com Market Center.
Mhm.
Then there's KW.com Agent.
Okay.
So they're trying to keep them nested neatly.
Yeah.
So if you go to KW.com and you put in something there,
Mhm.
I don't know where it goes to KWRI.
So you wanna
Yeah.
people to go to your website.
Well,
Yeah.
Because
the
that
challenge-
would be-
There's a place to
Yeah.
set up your website in Command.
Because some of the challenges I've faced in the past is that, agents go to the website, the parent website, desktop. So they save properties,
Mhm.
and then they travel, they don't carry their laptop, they carry their phone, they have your app.
Yes.
So, oh, my settings aren't here, the properties I wanna look at
Right.
aren't showing up. How do I get that information? So they have to find a desktop,
I
just to
would-
find that and
I would-
transfer it over to.
I will click the settings and say,
Mhm.
contact my agent and say what settings you're looking for, and then the agent can actually act on it.
Send it,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what we want. We want communication. We want
yeah.
that proximity. We want them to be able to reach out to us
Yeah.
when they need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buyer guide, seller guide set up. We're gonna go through the next step. It's all done. So this is saying turn on a smart plan. So we can go into smart plans next, but
Promote,
this will be if you wanna add people into your smart plan right away. I would say don't. I would say don't. Because what the smart plan wants to do is it wants to do an SMS text.
Mhm.
Right? And if you haven't got the Twilio piece signed up in Command, you'll get a task. And let's say you sign up everybody in your database for it, and there's 1,000 people. Well, the next day you're going to get 1,000 tasks that you have to complete. So I say, okay, hold off on that. We're going to turn it on, but we're not going to add anybody to it yet. So, and we say next, and you're done. That's the agent mobiles or the consumer app setup. That's it. They're done.
What is the Twilio piece that you were talking about?
Okay, Twilio, if we go back here, inside of Command, under your name, there's a whole bunch of settings
Mhm.
inside the back,
Mhm.
right? Inside the main panel here, there's DocuSign, there's PieSync. If you go down to Twilio, you can connect it here. Twilio account service enables SMS, simple message service messaging, right? So this is what sends out texts for us.
And
So
it's
we-
not free, right?
It is, you have to put a $20 in and it costs fractions of a penny to send a text.
I think if you send 1,000, that's like $8 a year or something like that.
Yeah. So it's about as close to free as you can get.
So in order to send that, use that smart plan, they'll have to connect
Right.
that.
But you still wanna go through it, and you can turn it on, and you may use it later. You don't have to. It's not gonna hurt the setup here, so
Mhm.
we'll go through, and we'll look at another way that you can send out the app. So, but that's where you set up Twilio. If we go back to consumer,
It's just slow.
I'm lost.
I hear the
So
modem in the
I'm here.
background.
I don't know what's next.
Get-ding.
Are we wireless or wired on this?
So he went
wired.
back.
This.
It
So
was
just
finished,
back
he
button?
went, he went to
Wired, I
settings
think.
to show us something else.
So here, when you go into consumer, after we've set up the ad, right, you've got across the top landing pages that you've created. If you haven't created any, you won't have anything here. You got agent site pages. Click on that. That'll take you to pages that you have on your website. We haven't gotten into that yet, so you probably won't have anything there other than about us, contact us, and about me, right? And then the guide builder, these were the guides we just set up.
Mhm.
Those were the seller guide and the buyer guide. How many steps are in each, and you can edit them from here. So just to let you know that, again, it's not super intuitive because there's a little green line here.
Mhm.
There can be vertical lines here on certain things that you'll have to step through and see, but this is indicating what tab you're on inside of the platform, right? Site and app settings, I would say click around, you can't hurt it, it can be fixed, so,
Not even moving right now.
you know.
Spinning. I can't catch up.
Yeah.
So in the agent site pages and landing pages, I'm trying to get there to see what they look like when you haven't done anything. Okay, finally.
Alright,
Agent site pages, so it has,
so once you're in agent site pages, I think that's where we're at right here.
mhm.
This is, it says consumer, it should be highlighted right here, right, agent site pages. It says here agent site options, there's another Kelly guide, so this is another Easter egg that you find that is not gonna be the same as the other one we looked at. You click on this one, and it's gonna